Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're taking a look at Nuvama.
Nuvama.
This is an Indian wealth management firm that's been making some serious moves, and you guys are particularly interested in how they're going to perform in the second half of FY25.
Right.
Especially with those double-digit growth goals they've set for themselves.
Ambitious.
Very ambitious. We've got earnings call transcripts, investor presentations, all that good stuff.
The whole 9 yards.
The whole 9 yards. So let's
dive in.
Let's dive right in.
I think what's interesting here is that, Nuvama isn't just aiming for sort of incremental growth.
Right.
This is a full-on sprint that they're looking to go for. And to really understand how they think they can pull this off, we have to look at the key drivers that are giving them this confidence.
All right, so let's unpack this double-digit growth engine. Okay. What's making them so bullish?
Well, I think you have to start with the big picture.
Okay.
India's economy is projected to double in size over the next 5-6 years. That means a lot more wealth creation.
Right.
More wealth creation means a lot more business for wealth managers. And Nuvama is already a leader in this space.
Yeah.
They're managing something like $4 trillion in client assets already.
That's a lot of zeros.
Yeah, that's a lot of trust right there. That's a solid foundation to build on.
It's a great foundation to build on. And then this wave that's coming.
Yeah.
It seems like they're
ready to ride it.
Yeah, they're ready to ride it. But are there any other currents pushing them forward?
Absolutely. So you've got this massive shift that's happening in India right now from informal to formal financial services. People are increasingly looking for professional guidance to manage their wealth.
Yeah, makes sense.
Nuvama is right there to capture this expanding market.
So they're at the intersection of booming wealth and a growing demand for expert financial services.
Yeah, you could say they've set up shop right there.
That's a pretty great spot to be.
It is.
But it's not like they're just waiting for the money to roll in.
No. They are paddling like crazy.
Yeah, they're paddling, so to speak.
Yeah, and a big part of that is how aggressively they're expanding their reach.
Okay.
Particularly by growing their force of relationship managers.
Their army.
Their army of relationship managers, yeah. Just last year, they increased their headcount by 36%.
Wow.
It's like adding a whole new battalion of financial advisors out there.
Dedicated to building relationships and attracting new clients.
Exactly. And, more advisors means more personalized attention. And that can be a big differentiator in the world of wealth management.
For sure. So it sounds like they're pulling out all the stops to really fuel this growth spurt.
Yeah.
But growth often comes with growing pains, especially when it comes to maintaining those profit margins.
Yeah, that's a big one, right? And Nuvama is well aware of this.
I would hope so.
Their strategy for margin expansion really is multi-pronged.
Okay.
And it all comes down to maximizing efficiency while still delivering that top-notch service.
So building a lean, mean, wealth-generating machine.
Exactly.
So give me the details. How are they keeping those margins healthy while they're pursuing such ambitious growth?
Okay, so first, they're laser focused on high-yield products.
High yield.
These are the instruments that are going to generate those recurring revenue streams, create a much more stable and predictable income base for them.
Like investing in a fruit tree that keeps giving season after season.
Exactly. They're really prioritizing annuity-based products and managed products.
Okay, smart move. But what about keeping costs under control?
Right.
Because aggressive expansion usually means spending a lot more money.
Yeah, this is where their savvy use of tech really comes in.
Okay.
They are investing heavily in technology to streamline every single aspect of their operations.
So like robots handling the routine tasks, freeing up the human talent for more strategic work.
That's the idea, and this tech-focused approach is helping them boost their productivity, improve the customer experience, and of course, ultimately control those costs.
So they're becoming more efficient, and they're improving the client experience at the same time.
A win-win.
That's awesome. What else is in their margin expansion playbook?
Well, they're also banking on something called operating leverage.
Operating leverage.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a financial term, but basically it means as they grow, those fixed costs get spread out over a larger revenue base.
Makes sense.
So as those new relationship managers mature, their client portfolios grow, you get that operating leverage kicking in and further boosting those margins.
So it's like getting more bang for your buck as you scale up.
Precisely.
Okay, I see. So it's all starting to come together. I'm starting to see how they're weaving this intricate web of growth and profitability.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned technology a couple of times, and I know they keep talking about this agility program.
Yeah.
What exactly does that entail?
Think of the agility program as their secret weapon to becoming a more nimble and efficient wealth management powerhouse.
Okay.
It really is a multi-pronged approach, but at its core, it's about leveraging technology to just do more faster and better.
So color me intrigued. Break it down for me. What are the key pieces of this agility program?
All right, so one of the most impactful elements is their unified platform.
Unified.
Yeah. Imagine a single seamless system that connects clients, advisors, and external wealth managers.
Wow.
It streamlines everything from onboarding to reporting, making the entire process so much smoother and faster and more transparent.
So breaking down silos, creating a much more integrated experience.
Exactly.
What else is part of this tech-driven transformation?
Well, they're also arming their relationship managers with all the latest cutting-edge digital tools.
Oh, okay.
Imagine a whole suite of apps that helps you prospect for new clients, analyze portfolios, provide personalized advice, all at your fingertips.
Wow.
These tools are empowering Nuvama's RMs to be so much more effective and data-driven, and of course that translates into better service and happier clients.
So they're not just hiring more advisors, they're giving them the tools to really excel.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, what's the final piece of the puzzle here for this agility program?
It's all about the data. The agility program also involves harnessing the power of data analytics to gain insights into client needs and market trends.
So like having a crystal ball that helps them anticipate shifts in the market.
Exactly. It's about making smarter decisions for the company and for their clients.
So it sounds like they're building a wealth management machine powered by data efficiency and personalized service.
That's it.
It's really impressive. But I'm curious, how does this all translate into their future prospects?
Well, they're not just aiming for a quick sprint, they're really in it for the long haul.
Okay.
Their future prospects are looking incredibly bright. They've got a roadmap to back it up.
All right, paint me a picture of what's on the horizon for Nuvama.
Well, first off, they're projecting that a whopping 75-80% of their earnings are going to come from wealth and asset management in the coming years.
Wow.
So they're doubling down on their core strengths,
Okay.
the areas where they really shine.
So wealth and asset management, that's their main stage. But are they planning any side gigs?
Well, they're not afraid to explore new avenues. They've already dipped their toes in the international waters. They launched operations in Dubai and secured a license in Singapore. That's a sign of their global ambitions to tap into new pools of wealth and diversify their revenue streams.
It's a smart move, especially with the Dubai and Singapore being global financial hubs.
Absolutely.
Are there any other growth levers they're pulling?
They're also cooking up some exciting new products, including a FlexiCap fund and potentially even a credit fund.
Okay.
It's all about broadening their offerings and catering to a wider range of investor preferences.
So adding some new flavors to their financial menu.
You got it.
So they're doubling down on their core business, expanding globally, and constantly innovating with new products.
It's a good recipe for success.
It does seem like a recipe for success.
Yeah, they're riding that wave of India's economic boom. They're strategically positioning themselves in this shifting market.
Yeah.
And they're using technology to become so much more agile and efficient.
Yeah.
Their strong financial performance and their ambitious plans really do suggest that they're well positioned to achieve those double-digit growth aspirations.
It's a compelling picture for sure. But the financial world, it's rarely smooth sailing.
Right.
There are always some storms brewing on the horizon.
Always.
So in the next part of our deep dive, we're going to delve into some of the potential challenges that Nuvama might face in the coming years.
Right.
We'll explore the competitive landscape, the regulatory hurdles, and those unpredictable economic headwinds.
Buckle up.
Buckle up. It's about to get really interesting.
It is. Now that we've got a good grasp of their overall strategy for achieving those ambitious growth goals, let's zoom in a little bit and see how this agility program actually translates into some concrete cost-saving measures.
Okay, so let's get down to brass tacks here.
Yeah, right.
How's this agility program actually helping them trim the fat and boost that bottom line?
Well, remember that unified platform we talked about? The one that connects, everybody involved in that wealth management process?
Yeah.
Well, that's not just about convenience.
Okay.
It's a major cost-saving powerhouse.
I see.
By streamlining operations and reducing redundancies. They're essentially eliminating unnecessary steps and wasted effort.
So they've optimized the workflow.
Yeah.
Cut out all the unnecessary back and forth.
You got it.
But how else is technology driving those cost savings?
Think about those digital tools that they've given to their relationship managers.
Right.
These tools are not just bells and whistles.
Okay.
They're serious productivity boosters. By automating tasks, providing data-driven insights, and empowering RMs to be more self-sufficient, they're essentially increasing the output per employee.
So they're getting more bang for their buck from each relationship manager.
Exactly.
Doing more with less.
Which is always a good thing in business.
Always a good thing.
Yeah.
Are there any other noteworthy aspects of the agility program that we should highlight that are contributing to those cost optimization efforts?
Definitely. Those data-driven insights that come out of the agility program are like a financial GPS, guiding them towards smarter spending decisions.
Interesting.
By analyzing client behavior, market trends, operational data, they can really pinpoint areas where they can optimize resource allocation and eliminate inefficiencies.
So they're not just slashing costs randomly.
No.
They're using data to make really strategic decisions that ultimately enhance their efficiency and improve their bottom line.
That's it.
It's a very data-driven approach.
It is.
And it sounds like this data-driven mindset extends beyond just cost optimization.
Yeah.
It's woven into their client service as well.
Absolutely. By leveraging data analytics, they can gain a much deeper understanding of their clients' needs and preferences. And then tailor those wealth management solutions to be much more personalized and targeted.
It's a win-win.
It is.
They're becoming more efficient, they're improving profitability, and they're enhancing that client experience all at the same time.
It's the trifecta.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And their focus on technology and data analytics.
Yeah.
It's not just about today. It's about positioning themselves for long-term success in a rapidly evolving industry.
Makes sense.
The wealth management landscape is changing faster than ever.
Right.
And Nuvama is embracing technology to stay ahead of that curve.
So they're building a spaceship equipped with all the latest gadgets to navigate those complexities of the future.
I like that analogy.
All right, so let's take a closer look at the specific engines that are powering this spaceship.
All right.
Tell me more about Nuvama's different business segments and how they all contribute to their overall success.
So let's start with Nuvama Wealth.
Okay.
This is their bread and butter segment catering to affluent and high net worth individuals.
Okay.
Just in this segment alone, they manage a staggering 1,060 crores in client assets. And they have a vast network, over 1,200 relationship managers.
Huge.
7,000 active external wealth managers, covering over 450 locations all across India.
It's a massive operation.
It is.
So what's their secret sauce in this segment?
What's driving that success in attracting and retaining those high-value clients?
Well, I think a big part of it is their hybrid approach.
Hybrid.
It's a seamless blend of technology and that human interaction.
Okay.
So they've invested heavily in their digital platform, online onboarding, comprehensive portfolio analysis and reporting.
Right.
But they haven't forgotten the importance of that human touch.
Yeah.
Clients still have access to the expertise and guidance of dedicated relationship managers and those external wealth managers.
So it's that high-tech, high-touch approach.
Exactly.
Combining the efficiency of digital tools with the personalized attention of human advisors.
That's a winning formula.
It does sound like a winning formula.
Yeah.
Now, what about their ultra-high net worth individuals and family office segment?
How are they catering to that kind of exclusive market?
So for that, we're looking at Nuvama Private.
Nuvama Private.
Yeah, this is the segment that focuses on India's wealthiest families.
Okay.
They're managing a substantial 2,005,764 crores in client assets for over 4,050 families.
Wow.
And they have a team of 127 highly specialized relationship managers dedicated to providing bespoke solutions tailored to the unique needs of these ultra-wealthy clients.
So we're talking about a much more personalized and exclusive service here.
Definitely.
What kind of solutions are we talking about in this segment?
They cover the full spectrum of wealth management needs, everything from investments and lending, estate planning, family office services, corporate advisory, treasury services. They really act as a trusted advisor, helping these families preserve, grow, and manage their substantial wealth across generations.
So a one-stop shop for the ultra-wealthy.
You got it.
They understand all the complexities that come with managing that kind of serious wealth. All right, let's move on to their asset management business.
Okay.
How are they doing in that arena?
Their asset management business has been on an absolute tear.
Okay.
They've seen impressive growth. Assets under management have reached 10,288 crores.
Wow.
And they've seen remarkable growth in their public markets funds, which have more than tripled in size in the last 12 months.
That's huge. What's fueling this surge in their public markets AUM?
Well, I think a key factor is that they've been strategically broadening their product offerings.
Okay.
covering the entire risk spectrum. Now, they have funds focusing on flexi-cap, mid-cap, small-cap, and even a large-cap replacement product with a 60% delta.
So they're diversifying their product portfolio to appeal to a wider range of investors.
Right, from the risk-averse to those seeking those higher returns.
All right, what about alternative investments?
So they've also made some real strides in alternative investments, particularly in commercial real estate. Their commercial real estate fund has already surpassed the 1,000 crore mark. So it shows they have some real expertise in that niche area.
They're firing on all cylinders in the asset management space.
They are.
What's their secret sauce there?
Well, they've been focusing on developing high-quality differentiated products and expanding their distribution channels. They've even started tapping into external wealth managers to distribute their public market funds.
Interesting.
Broadening their reach, attracting more investors.
Smart move, leveraging those external networks to expand that distribution. It's a great way to accelerate growth.
Oh.
All right, let's shift gears and talk about their capital markets business. What can you tell us about that segment?
So their capital markets business encompasses custody and clearing services. Institutional equities, investment banking. And they've seen phenomenal growth in this segment. Custody and clearing assets have doubled in the last year to reach 1,025,164 crores.
Wow, that's massive. Are they just stealing market share from competitors, or is the entire pie growing?
It's a little bit of both. They've been really actively expanding their market share, both domestically and internationally. They've captured a significant portion of new domestic PMS and AIF registrations, showing that they have a strong appeal to those institutional clients.
Makes sense.
And on the international front, they've been onboarding new global clients, diversifying those revenue streams.
So it sounds like they're a force to be reckoned with in the capital market space, making waves both at home and abroad.
Yeah.
Now, with such strong performance across all these different business segments, I'm eager to see how this translates into their overall financials.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Okay.
So their Q2 FY25 revenues reached a remarkable 740 crores, representing a 50% year-on-year growth.
50%.
Yeah, that strong top-line performance is a testament to the success of their expansion and growth strategies across all of their business segments.
So they're not just growing, they're growing profitably.
Yeah, that's the powerful combination. And their return on equity for H1 FY25 stands at an impressive 31.5%. Which reflects their really efficient use of capital and their ability to generate those strong returns for their shareholders.
So it sounds like they have a really rock-solid financial foundation to support those ambitious growth plans.
They do.
Now, let's shift our focus for a moment to their approach to rewarding shareholders. You mentioned earlier they announced an interim dividend.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about their dividend policy and their commitment to sharing their success with investors.
Yeah. So they've got a consistent track record of distributing dividends, which is a clear signal of their commitment to rewarding those shareholders. And this recent interim dividend of 63 per share really demonstrates their confidence in their future earnings potential and their willingness to provide a steady stream of income to investors.
That's good news for their shareholders.
It is.
A consistent dividend policy can be a major attraction for investors.
It can.
Especially in a growth company like Nuvama. It shows they're not just focused on plowing all those profits back into expansion.
Right.
They're also sharing the wealth.
Sharing the love.
With their investors.
Exactly.
So it sounds like a pretty prudent, shareholder-friendly approach.
It is, and it aligns perfectly with their stated objective of delivering that long-term value to shareholders. They're striking a balance between reinvesting in those growth opportunities and providing a tangible return to the investors.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
From their business segments and their financial performance to their technology initiatives and their dividend policy.
Right.
Before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, is there anything else that you think is particularly noteworthy about Nuvama? Anything that really sets them apart from the competition?
You know, one thing that really stands out to me is their commitment to ESG principles. Environmental, social, and governance. They've implemented various initiatives to reduce their environmental impact, promote diversity and inclusion, and strengthen their corporate governance.
So they're not just focused on profits. They're also conscious of their impact on the world around them.
Absolutely.
And that's becoming increasingly important to investors.
It is.
Who are looking to align their investments with their values.
For sure.
So give me some specific examples. What are some of their ESG efforts?
What are they doing to actually make a difference? Well, they've adopted measures to reduce their carbon footprint, promote energy efficiency, and minimize waste.
Right.
They've also been actively promoting gender diversity within their organization and supporting social causes through their CSR initiatives.
So taking a holistic approach to sustainability, considering both the environmental impact and their social responsibilities.
Exactly.
Now, as we conclude this part of our deep dive, I'm left with a sense of admiration for Nuvama's achievements and their ambitious vision for the future.
Oh, it's impressive.
It really is.
They've built a formidable wealth management platform. They've strategically positioned themselves for growth, and they've demonstrated a strong commitment to innovation, efficiency, and sustainability.
Yeah.
They're a company to watch in the Indian financial services landscape.
They are. And for our listeners, in the final part of our deep dive into Nuvama, we'll explore some of those key challenges and opportunities that lie ahead for them as they continue on this journey toward achieving those ambitious goals. So stay tuned for more insights. All right, so welcome back to the deep dive. We've spent the last two segments exploring Nuvama's impressive rise in the Indian wealth management landscape.
Right.
We've uncovered their strategies, their strengths, those ambitious growth goals.
Yeah, they've got a lot going for them.
They do. But let's face it, no company operates in a vacuum.
Right. Of course not.
There are always external forces at play, challenges to overcome, uncharted waters to navigate.
Exactly. Even for a company as well-positioned as Nuvama, there are always potential headwinds to consider. The financial world is dynamic. Staying ahead of the curve requires constant vigilance and adaptability.
Okay, so let's play devil's advocate for a moment.
Right.
What are some of those storm clouds gathering on Nuvama's horizon?
Well, one of the most prominent challenges, I think, is the increasingly competitive landscape of the Indian wealth management market.
Okay.
You've got new players emerging all the time, eager to grab a slice of that pie.
Right.
And you've got those existing giants upping their game, investing heavily in technology and talent to attract and retain clients.
So it's a crowded playing field and everyone's vying for attention.
It is.
How can Nuvama really differentiate itself amidst this fierce competition? What's their game plan for staying ahead of the pack?
I think it all comes down to refining that value proposition.
Okay.
Offering something unique and compelling that sets them apart from the crowd.
Right.
And they've already made significant strides in this area, with their focus on those high-yield products and their tech-driven agility program.
Right.
But they can't afford to rest on their laurels.
Of course not.
Continuous innovation, anticipating client needs, staying ahead of industry trends.
Yeah.
All of that's going to be crucial for maintaining that competitive edge.
So it's a constant race to innovate and evolve.
It is.
What other challenges should they be prepared for? What are some of the other potential roadblocks they might encounter?
Regulatory changes are always a wild card in this industry.
For sure.
The recent tightening of F&O regulations is a good example.
Right.
While Nuvama has said that those changes will have a minimal impact on their business, they still need to stay nimble and adapt to any future regulatory shifts.
It's like navigating a financial maze where the walls can move at any moment.
Exactly.
You got to stay on your toes.
You do.
Okay, so what about economic factors? India's economy is booming right now.
Yeah.
But there are always risks on the horizon.
Of course.
How could these macroeconomic forces impact Nuvama's trajectory?
That's a great point. Global economic headwinds, geopolitical tensions, even domestic policy changes, all of those could impact India's growth trajectory.
Yeah.
And to a certain extent, Nuvama's fortunes are tied to the overall health of the Indian economy.
Right.
So they need to closely monitor macroeconomic trends, anticipate potential risks, and adjust their strategies accordingly.
So be prepared for potential economic volatility.
Yeah.
Don't just assume that this boom is going to last forever.
Right.
Got to have those contingency plans in place.
Absolutely.
All right, so we've talked about external factors, but what about internal challenges?
Okay.
Are there any areas where Nuvama needs to kind of strengthen its operations to maintain this upward momentum?
I think one area that's going to be absolutely critical to their success is talent acquisition and retention.
Okay, talent.
They've been aggressively hiring those relationship managers.
Right.
But the competition for top talent in this industry is fierce.
It's tough out there.
It is. It's a war for talent.
Yeah.
They need to offer competitive compensation packages, attractive career development opportunities. It's a supportive work environment to attract and retain the best people.
It's all about investing in their people.
It is.
Happy employees, happy clients, thriving business.
The formula for success.
All right. So we've explored the potential pitfalls.
Right.
Now let's shift gears and talk about opportunities.
Okay.
What exciting prospects lie ahead for Nuvama?
I think despite the challenges, the future is actually brimming with opportunities for a company like Nuvama.
Okay.
The Indian wealth management market is still relatively underpenetrated. There's huge potential for growth as India's middle class continues to expand and create more wealth.
Right.
That demand for sophisticated wealth management services is only going to increase.
So the pie's getting bigger.
It is.
They're in a good spot to grab a larger slice.
They are.
What other opportunities are you seeing? What else is on their radar?
Well, their international expansion is a really strategic masterstroke.
Okay.
Opening up those new markets, new revenue streams,
Right.
Dubai and Singapore, those are just the beginning.
Yeah.
They could explore other high-growth regions with a significant concentration of wealth, further diversify their global footprint, and tap into those new pools of capital.
Going global, planting seeds in fertile ground all over the world.
Exactly.
Anything else on the opportunity horizon?
Yeah.
What other exciting ventures could they pursue?
Well, technology is going to continue to be a key differentiator in this industry.
For sure.
And Nuvama is already ahead of the curve with that agility program.
Right.
But the race never ends. They can continue to leverage those cutting-edge technologies to enhance their offerings.
Yeah.
Improve efficiency, create a more personalized and engaging experience for their clients.
Right.
And ultimately stay ahead of that competition.
Constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible with technology.
Yeah.
Using it as a tool to create that truly exceptional client experience.
That's the key.
Right. So it sounds like they're well equipped for the future.
Yeah.
Armed with the right strategies, the right mindset, the right tools. Any final thoughts for our listeners as we wrap up this deep dive into Nuvama?
You know, I think Nuvama's story is a compelling testament to the dynamism and growth potential of the Indian economy.
Yeah.
They've built a solid foundation, they've charted an ambitious course,
Right.
and they've shown a remarkable willingness to adapt and innovate. Yeah. They're definitely a company worth watching, and their journey is going to be fascinating to follow.
Well said. Nuvama is a shining example of ambition, strategy, and execution.
They are.
We've learned about their impressive growth,
their
commitment to innovation, their focus on creating value for both clients and shareholders.
For sure.
It'll be exciting to see how they navigate those challenges and capitalize on all those opportunities that lie ahead.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Nuvama.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.